More of 20 or 30,000 Syrians, they have my number. I stay with refugees more of 2 years, and my personal friendship with them gives me the opportunity, and their trust gives me the opportunity to learn their dreams and their hopes. When someone forces you to leave from your state, from your city, from your village, you need an opportunity to stay alive. The most hugest border and the most tough border is not the borders of the states, but the borders in our minds. My name is Vasilis Tsartsanis. I'm living in Central Macedonia in Greece. As my professional job, I have two kinds of job. I have a beauty salon. Also, I'm working for a company that we provide cultural documentaries for the state television in Greece. And it's very interesting when you take care of a person, when you give something to a person, that returns on you. It was September 2014 when I was with my crew and filming.
Πήγαμε να τραβήξουμε ένα κλιπ, ένα μουσικό βίντεο κλιπ, και εκεί που τραβούσαμε το κλιπάκι είδαμε να περνάνε 40-50 άτομα, σταδιακά βέβαια, έτσι.
And I say, something is happening. This is not normal to stay here 8 hours and see 3 groups. I ask them, where are you from? Where are you going? We are Syrians and we go to Europe. Nothing was here. When I say nothing, I say nothing. No tents, no organization, no NGO. This was only fields. The refugees was walking until the borders, follow the train tracks, or down to the river 2 kilometers away, or to the mountains from here 7 kilometers. I realize something is happening, but I've never been involved with such these things. Families, babies, in the middle of nowhere. I get mad. I said, okay, Vasilis, you are not an activist, you don't know what you have to do, but you have to move your ass there. With a lot of my friends, we use our homes and try to see what we can do.
We all agreed, just like that. We should do something.
When the situation was passing and I was understanding, okay, this is necessity, but it's not enough. There was starting to come groups, 1,000 people daily, 1,500 people daily, daily.
Ο Βασίλης δραστηριοποιήθηκε από τις πρώτες μέρες, ίσως και τις πρώτες μέρες, που άρχισε να μας ενημερώνει, να βλέπουμε τι γίνεται, να πηγαίνει ο ίδιος με το αυτοκίνητο, εκείνο το αυτοκινητάκι, ακόμη το λυπάμαι, το καημένο.
This is my companion. My car became the ambulance of the area. After a financial crisis in Greece, they cut our ambulance. We don't have driver.
Το τι έχει μεταφέρει, δαρμένους, τυπημένους, με αίματα, το άλλος μπορεί να έχει θυματίωση, τον κουβαλάει, πάει έρχεται και τον κουβαλάει με αυτόν. Κινδύνευε τον πρώτο καιρό και ο ίδιος να τον συλλάβουν. Είχαμε και άλλες ιστορίες. Ποιον μεταφέρεις, γιατί μεταφέρεις, και να τον πλήσουν και μέσα. Δεν μπορείτε να φανταστείτε τι έχει μεταφέρει αυτός ο άνθρωπος.
I feel proud for my ambulance car. Never let me down.
Μπορείτε, εσείς.
Εγώ. Ναι. Ότι του, οπότε για συνεννοήσου λίγο.
أنا بدي أقلع سني. إيه أريد أقلع سني بس.
Λοιπόν, καλημέρα. Είμαι ο οδοντογιατρός του Κέντρου Υγείας. Εγώ δεν τον έχω εξετάσει, τώρα θα τον εξετάσω. Εσείς τον είδατε?
Όχι, δεν τον έχει δει.
Δεν τον έχετε δει.
Syrian, Iraq.
سوريا.
Syria, Kurdi.
لا عربي.
Okay, Syrios.
يعني نهار الأربعاء هم برجع لعندهم الأربعاء.
Ευχαριστούμε πολύ.
Να είστε καλά.
At the borders, mafia was controlling 300 meters away from the Greek borders, at the north part of Eastern Macedonia. I knew it every night. I have to go to the borders and collect victims from the mountains from the left until the river. All of this was an open gate. And you know how hard it was? All the smugglers were sitting here, all. And then they was passing to pay 2 times. One here and one at the borders in Serbia. Not to pass the borders, but to allow them to leave from Kumanovo. In this state, you had to pay 2 times. One to get in and one to get out.
Να μπαίνουν μέσα, δηλαδή προσπάθησαν να μπουν και μπαίνανε στα σύνορα μέσα, τους κλέβαν, τους χτυπούσαν, τους στέλναν πίσω.
Then it came a voicemail.
We were more than 150 persons in one room, and they were saying you can't go out if we don't take your money. I stayed at that room for more than 3 days.
I started saying, okay, that's enough. That's enough with bread, milk, and this necessity, but needs action. And I start to escorting everyone there, media, without any fear, and present them the situation.
Wird von der Mafia kontrolliert.
All of these borders was controlling only with mafia. Mafia, they know the way. They will find many ways to pass the refugees. So you have to decide. And allow this humanitarian catastrophe and the mafia, and allow the mafia to be states inside of states in the middle of heart of Europe. When I saw the NGOs and the organization will remain here and they will support only the donation, I get disappointed because I was feeling now they will raise up their voices and we will bring solution to stop this illegal passing to Europe and make it more safe. And then I realized they will not come to take action. They will not try to find a solution because they cannot. I said, okay, that's my period to step out. To be focused there, to find solutions from there, but to pass the information direct to the European society, direct to the European Parliament. Είπαμε μαζί με συντοπίτες μου να πάμε να δούμε πλέον τι γίνεται στο δάσος Ιδωμένης, μιας και αρχίσαμε σιγά σιγά να τους βλέπουμε και μέσα από τα χωριά μας. Εγώ κατάγομαι από τη συγκεκριμένη περιοχή. Όταν φτάσαμε την πρώτη ημέρα, I didn't know if I had this enough power to face this, and I didn't know if I did it well or if I'm still doing well. And it's a little weird, my story, to be there, to give them back this hospitality in Syria on 1923 when they opened the borders for the Greeks. My family used to live in 3 places in Turkey. My grandmother left alone with her children, with my grandfather to be 6 years old. So it's a payback of humanity. I don't know if nature or God or my destiny will bring me again in front of like this humanitarian catastrophe. I will not turn my back. I will face it again.